Ah, a room with a view. Isn't that what everybody wants? As soon as I open up my window, that's what I want. Hi, I'm Marie. Welcome to 50 Plus Home and Gardening. Today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about maybe some of you guys have someone who's a close neighbor. Maybe their house is too close, and you have his window looking right into yours. And maybe you're staring at each other, and that's not something you want to see right when you first wake up. I'll give you some principles that will help you to get you to open that window again, enjoy your view, and maybe make a trellis or put a tree right in front or a bush that would help you to have the light come in, but not someone staring back at you. Maybe you have a dumpster outside that you don't want to look at. Maybe it's just the side of your house that has all the cars parked and all the trash and everything else. So I'll show you some ways that will help you to get that to be your room with a view. So let's start right now. You can have an ordinary breakfast. You can have an ordinary day, or you can make something special of each day. When you wake up, doing something special for yourself or your loved ones, it's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you have joy in your life. It's going to make you want to get out and do things. It's so much prettier to have pretty things around. Anything you can think of to make just a brighter day for you and those around you. So don't make a day ordinary. Make it special. Make it special every day. It takes a little bit more effort. It takes a little bit more thought, but it will reward you and everyone around you. And you'll want to wake up refreshed and want to get up and go and get out and do something good every day. The first principle of a room with a view, nobody wants to look at an ugly view. Let's just put it that way. So, and everybody wants a gorgeous view, but not every house is right next to something that is the sound of music and so beautiful. But here's some things to block those views. The best time to look at your view is in the winter when there's not much there. See what's left to look at. To make it prettier, if you see a view that is not something you want to look at, the first things you may want to think about is if you can grow a tree within 10 feet of your foundation, maybe a crepe myrtle or a smaller tree than that, something that doesn't grow more than 10 feet, a bush, a large bush, maybe a lilac bush or something like that, right in front of the window if you just don't want a neighbor view. Or you can put lattice work with some window boxes. Or you can get textured glass so you can let the light in, but you don't really see much that's outside. If you have a roof to look at outside a window, it's the same thing. Maybe some textured glass would be good for that window, and you still let the light in. You can also do lattice work with flowers growing up it, ivy. If you can plant on the ground or in a box, you can put it right up to the window as close as you can so that you don't see your neighbor, but you can have some window boxes on the trellis looking at you. So when you go outside, leave yourself about 2 feet if you can, just to go ahead and maintain the flowers. There's other treatment of lattice work that works really well to get you not to have to look in your neighbor's window. You can also get window boxes on your window that you would have more tall plants that would instantly cover your view so that you don't have to look at something that is not so pretty outside. And that will give you joy instantly and right away. So looking at this room, the first thing that I want to see when I wake up is something pretty. So I already have an October glory that I planted. It's very small, but you can see that it's going to grow about 40, maybe 60 feet wide. So you're going to want to add how tall something is going to be and how wide. It'll probably be 60 feet wide and cover a good portion of that view. Now, of course, in the wintertime, I'll be able to see right through that. This is all on the west side. I need to look through my windows to see what I want to do. If that wasn't a pretty view, something I didn't like, I could put a window box in front, or I could put another tree. But that October glory is going to come into this window. This is the bathroom view, and it's going to get large enough. But there are some trees. There are some trees in my neighbor's yard that's going to help this view. This is a view of the breakfast window where we eat every day, and you can see that this camellia has taken over the window, and now there are cows and pastures behind that bush, and so I have two choices. I can either take it down, or I can just cut it back, cut it low, but then it grew 1.5 feet in 1 year. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to thin it really a lot so I can kind of see through it. And that way I still get the blooms from the camellia, and it's a joy to look at. When I wake up, I love beautiful views. This maple will also get 40 feet wide, and I get the benefit of my neighbor's walnut tree and the beauty of the landscape just by itself. More views of their barn, the pastures behind there, so I don't really need to do too much. That's my blacktop. This view doesn't need too much to do. This big giant maple will filter a lot of the buildings that I see, and it'll get about 40 feet. So keep in mind when you put in a new tree that they grow, and try to envision on both sides how big it will get. This view from another bedroom has got a crepe myrtle. I didn't want to try to block the view, but a crepe myrtle is a very light and airy kind of a tree that will add to the view of my neighbor's trees behind that. It's a hill, it's on the west side, and this will be lovely when it gets about 20 feet. This crepe myrtle is about 20 by 20. It's right next to the house. The front door is amazing. I have cows that cross and so that is a good view to look at. You want to look at every view in your house and make sure you have rooms with views. It'll make you feel so much happier to live in the place that you bought and the home that you have. Here's a door that goes outside. It goes right into a shop. So the first time I step in or out, this is what I get to look at. But because it's not something that I want to see, a shop right away, I put a curtain that covers part of that glass, or you could do a solid door. This is the view that I come out from the shop, and it's our front view. I will be changing the door, but it's a pretty good view. I get my neighbor's trees, so it's pretty nice. And that's my Williamsburg view. My Williamsburg garden again. I just stepped out the door, and I absolutely love that. I think that'll be a beautiful view when I first come out. It's going to be something I want to come out to and enjoy right away. But it's just bones. Just remember, it's going to grow a lot in the spring, and you'll have to keep after it and maintain it and make sure it doesn't get weeds. Another view from the east side of the house, that has my perennials, so that will fill in, but I still get to enjoy the pasture in the meantime. All right, this is our bedroom, and this is where I wake up every day, so I want it to look really pretty. When I look at those windows, I want to open them up for light. It brings a lot of warmth to the room. And something I want to talk about. So now we're going to talk about interior design. Designing this room, I have dark green walls, and I have white light trim. That brings a warm, inviting touch to a room. Dark, if you like dark blue, dark green, dark yellow, any of those warm, dark colors brings a beautiful warmth to your design inside. And it also makes the outside brighter when you open up those windows. All right, looking around. So one thing I have over here in this bookcase, it was built-in little bookcase. I have, as you do, probably a lot of junk, and I got baskets. You can get wooden baskets and try to make things that you see in a neat way. Get all your special things and tidy it up and create little nooks that you want to come and look at. Books are very helpful to give you a warm feeling to a room. Pictures, flowers, special teacups, anything that you bought from foreign countries or just at a thrift shop, add those things. All of those things add warmth and comfort to a room. Give yourself plenty of storage boxes, something pretty that matches if you can. I got these canvas baskets, whatever. I got those online, and they really work well to hide the things that are not very pretty to look at. That green color is from Waynesburg Color Collection. I bought this for $10 in Waynesburg, and I picked a color that I thought I would really like. It's called Thomas Everard Olive. It's from Colonial Waynesburg, number 422. If you bring in a bunch of paint chips, leave it on the wall for a while, tape it up, see if you will enjoy that, because dark colors sometimes scare people, but actually it brings a lot of warmth to your room. Every bedroom that I've ever had, I've either made it a dark, beautiful pink, dark green, a dark blue, and they all make that bedroom warmer, something to look at. And another element that you want to add to design is plants, either fake, or real. The real ones actually are going to add life to a room. They actually clean up the air for you. So that is a good thing to do in any room. Plants add a lot of warmth to a room. I'm a gardener, so I have many things that my daughter, my mom, and I have a lot of crafty people. They paint things for me, and I add that to my design in the house. You may want to make a display area for one of your children or someone special, just all the little things that remind you of them. And you can put that together in an area, and then that would be their special place. When you go by that corner, you'll always see all the things that remind you of them. Something you want to add to a room for fun is maybe an element of fall, spring, summer, winter. Just one little change in your room will make a difference. So I have this pillow. It was an apron. I got it from an Amish town, and I thought it was too pretty to get dirty, so I cut it and sewed it and made it into a pillow. That's the apron part. So anyways, grab a pillow. You can get those at the thrift shop too. Anyways, that will help your design. One seasonal pillow in the room makes a fun difference. All right, I'm going to let you in on my closet space. I like to keep that neat too, so I can easily find my shirts and things that I need right away. There's a laundry basket right there. There's baskets full of personal things, socks and things like that. And then there's my husband's side, and there's hang-ups. It's actually a really good closet. I don't really have too many dresses, so this is perfect. A lot of shelving room for scarves and purses and extra little things. Tidy the inside of your closet space too. It'll make you want to go in there and also move faster, get your work done, and find things. If you don't want to get rid of things when you downsize, Here's a good idea. This mirror was a mirror that went on top of a dresser, turned sideways. I repurposed it as a long, full-size mirror. I added my mom's headboard that I could not fit, but I didn't want to get rid of it, so I made an upright mirror, a full-size mirror that I can see head to toe, and I thought it was gorgeous. It was a great repurposing. This is also repurposed. I didn't have any room for any more nightstands. I didn't know what to do with it, and I didn't want to get rid of them. So my husband cut off the legs, and he stacked them. That is a good repurpose. So now I have 6 extra drawers to put more clothes in, and I got to keep the 2 nightstands. It's a wonderful, beautiful set, and it fits on that wall, skinny little wall, perfectly. So again, an overall view, very warm room, green colors, very inviting. It makes you very relaxed, good place for tea, reading a good book in bed, and that room goes into the living room. So just for you to get the layout of how the home is. Okay, now what is this? Okay, this is a design that if you take pictures of certain shelving, you'll realize that is just too much. I added some fall stuff, moved everything over, and now it looks sort of cluttery. So take pictures often, and you can always delete them later on, but take a picture of a shelf and take things out, take another picture until you like it. That shelf may be just a little bit too much. This is the bathroom. That was right up above the toilet. So this shower it's a large shower. It's a beautiful shower. I didn't have to redo anything in this house. This was done. Somebody had redone the bathroom, and I actually really like it. It's got a lot of shelves. It's actually really large. It's a large tub. No jets, but it's probably got 300 gallons worth of water you can stick in there. I don't really take showers, or baths, but you can take showers in there. And then there's one window that goes to the west side. Again, that October glory is going to be staring at me, and it's going to be a wonderful thing. Plants add a lot to a room. It makes it feel homey again. It makes it feel like you want to be in that room, and it feels alive. Any kind of plant you can get them at Lowe's, at the grocery store. Just if they die, just throw them out and start all over. It's not that big a deal, but it makes a difference in a room. Having some of the things that you love on the wall, get yourself themes. This room, since I have a lot of plants in the bathroom, green is a major part. Don't pick more than 3 colors. 1 primary, like in the bathroom, it would be cream, and then green would be the second color, and maybe beige, and just a splash of maybe something seasonal. But other than that, stay close to those colors. And pick a few favorite decorations that you've picked up on the way. I love Williamsburg, so of course I got a Williamsburg picture, and I think that's just a postcard. I'm not even sure, but I love Williamsburg, so I put that on the wall just to give me that dreamy feel that, I can see Williamsburg every day when I wake up. Again, one seasonal thing, we've got just the soap dispenser is a fall seasonal thing, so that is always a wonderful thing to add to a room, along with lots of plants. Another repurpose, I could not fit the dressers in the bedroom. It's so small, so one of the blue dresser is for tea, and inside those drawers is all the teas you can name. And the big dresser is a dresser that my dad built when we first got married, and it has deep drawers. So that filled this room with lots of drawer space for tea, coffee, and that large one fits all the Christmas decorations in the entire house. And It's a pretty view all the way back to the bathroom. And there's all my tea and coffee displays on top of that dresser, including a water dispenser. So all the elements are there. What was I going to do with that small room? That makes sense. It's really pretty. There's the extra water bottles. This is the first room that we enter. It's the kitchen. Because we enter in the back way, first thing that you see is the kitchen. So I wanted the kitchen to have some pretty things in it. It's a workhorse, and of course the refrigerator gets full of all kinds of pictures and things, activities of the week. But the rest of it, some of it's practical. I try to keep plants out. Plants make a room look really beautiful. Fruit just out to eat. And a little shelf over that kitchen kind of adds my personality. And then these floating shelves display some of my plates and some of the things I love. Now, if you don't like clutter, probably want to have those cabinets go all the way to the ceiling. But this is the way this house came. Maybe if I took it all apart, I would have gone all the way up to the ceiling because I didn't want to leave it blank. But it's if you don't like a lot of clutter, that's a lot of stuff, especially that kitchen. Now that I'm looking at that refrigerator, okay, I got to downsize that. Okay, on this side, this is pretty clean. Jars make everything really pretty. So if you have cereal, crackers, and things that everybody wants to get daily, put out a bunch of jars. They look fantastic, and they don't look hodgepodge messy. They're all the same size. And weirdly, I didn't think I was going to like it, but the oven is right next to the little dinette that we sit every single day. And it adds. But something that I want you to do is to keep it attractive is maybe to add a tablecloth to it, seasonal, that I put on top of the blue that I normally have out the blue all the time. There's just a fall tablecloth, and I just got some inexpensive Pioneer Woman cream-colored dishware that I use in the fall, and I got a set of 4. And so I can have company and we can set up the table. But this is just for us, so just a little breakfast nook for 2. So if you're downsizing, make your table beautiful. You'll want to, I don't know, just makes you feel a lot better about yourself. It makes you feel like you've done something good. So spend a little extra time, even if it's just you by yourself. The day will go so much better. And light a candle if you like. That's also a warm and inviting thing to look at. And of course, make sure the view looks good with either flower pot, trees, lattice work, or the natural view that you have, or cut back a tree if it's in the way. Make sure the whole picture is beautiful. This decoupage and shelf, my mom made this shelf, so I wanted to keep that with some things that I love. And also, it has the tray is a decoupage piece that I made with some girlfriends. It's just a bunch of magazine cutouts of all the things that I love, and I lacquered it and stuck it up on the wall, and that's our motto, the simple life. Every house that I've ever had, I've taken out the kitchen and have redone it into something I really, really love. But at 63, I was like, this house looks pretty good. So I just painted the cabinets green, and I may paint the doors, but for right now, I like it. Again, I chose another color that matched the green, as you can see on the top was the green, and then the blue was right underneath, Weatherburn, pale blue, and they both go together. Just bring a bunch of chips home from Lowe's and stick it on a wall, maybe 2 or 3 of the same color. If you start to say, I kind of like this, get 2 or 3 so you can kind of see a swatch of it instead of getting a whole gallon of paint. But the biggest change you can make in your bedroom, living room, kitchen is paint. It'll make such a big difference, and it's the cheapest way to go, and maybe the fastest way if you can get neighbors and friends to help you out. This is the messiest part of the kitchen. I just keep it tidy. Those are onions in the basket. Maybe get a pretty basket. So I have a utility cart that it's not super, super pretty. It's kitchen-y, but it holds a mixer that I really don't want to put low because it's easier for me to grab at my height. And also I can pull that out, and it's a cutting board. So it's kind of convenient. So anyways, I just keep it tidy. I put jars, books, keep it clean. Okay, and then I have a display over the kitchen sink that has all the things that I love. There's no room with a view, so my mom is a toll painter, and she painted that little house a long time ago, and I put it there so I can dream that I'm looking at sheep and cute little house, and there's a little river there. It makes washing dishes a little nicer. And then I have a few things that I love. I saved my basil in a vase. I always bring something from outside. And plants, again, do a lot for a room. It really livens it up, and it cleans the air. And some seasonal pumpkins is always quaint. And then you can remove those and then put out Christmas things amongst your decorations. I tend to say more is better, but I do have a lot of little things. But I do have a little house. I got rid of half of my decorations. But keep taking pictures, and you'll see how much you really don't need to make it look really pretty. And you'll see how much clutter is really in that space. And here's the second bedroom. It's just sort of a guest room and office. It's got 2 really good windows and 2 really good views. And just a small dresser in here. It's a very, very tiny room. Keep things neat and tidy, and you'll want to be in your rooms. And get rid of the clutter. If you take a picture of a corner and it just is too many things, just start taking things out, take another picture, and then see if your design is more inviting to you. A room with a view is not only outside, but it's inside. So keep everything neat and tidy, and if you see anything that it's not necessary anymore, thrift shop it. Again, this room has a seasonal fall items. Okay, so now we're in the living room. I have my Williamsburg curtains that I bought in Williamsburg, and there's a lot going on even here. It's a small room. It actually fit my large table, which I actually take and do crafts on. We sit here when we have guests, and you can see the living room, so everything in this room is really pretty. So I can make this all fancy, and the kitchen can be all messy. So that's one thing that's good. And there's the bedroom. I keep it really pretty because it's in view, unless I want to shut the door. So there's the kitchen. It's right there next to this fancy dining room. We sit at the little table every day, and then the dining room mostly has my sewing or crafts or just work from the day. And then I clean it up if we have guests. Here's another view outside. There's the kitchen. There's my beautiful Williamsburg curtains. In the living room, my favorite thing is Kincaid. Try to theme your things if you can stay in the same 3 colors per room. A major color, mine is yellow. A secondary color is cream. And then maybe a third one is blue for the living room. Always add plants again, and I have a little bit of fall seasonal things on the table. Everyone thinks, well, I don't really want to make my house clean because I don't have guests. I don't have anybody come over. But you do have you. And you live in your home. You've put memories into it. You've put time into it. You've lived there maybe for 30 years. It's your space to enjoy. And if it gets really clustered and you have a lot of elements that make you not want to be in a room, you won't enjoy your room and you'll always want to go away and do other things. So really try to make a room beautiful for you. Don't just think it's just for guests. And I don't have guests, so I don't have to clean and I don't have to do it. When you first wake up, the bed, make up the bed and you'll feel happier instantly. And then when you go and you make breakfast, make something good. Make something that's pretty, not just something that's thrown together. I mean, obviously, some days are just like, we got to run, we got to go. But try a little bit of effort, and you'll be encouraged to move around the house, decorate more, and you'll feel motivated to do new things in your home. Put little elements that you love, lamps, candles, things that warm up the room. You'll be surprised. All of a sudden, your room will be someplace you don't want to leave. This is kind of cluttery. If you see all of these, there's some special stuff in here. I don't have too many cluttered areas, but these are pretty full. And there are some seasonal things in here, so that makes it full. Take pictures and see what needs to be eliminated. Take it out of the picture and try to do that shelf again. Okay, here's that dresser that I got from my mom that had a mirror that's in our bedroom, and it holds all the seasonal things in the house. Having drawers in the house is very helpful. This house didn't come with too many closet spaces, so I have 4 large sets of dressers, just like this one. And even though this is a bedroom dresser, it fits in the living room really well, and it holds a lot of things that I don't want out. Drawers are your best friend, not shelves. The more shelves, the more you fill it. So if you can invest in a cabinet, even if you have to buy one from an antique store, thrift shop, drawers in your house are a very efficient way to hold things that you don't want to display. Other than that, put a bunch of pretty stuff on top, and the other seasonal things that you want to put it in a drawer. Find a coffee table that may hide some blankets or pillows for friends and family, and look at that view. It's evening, but that walnut tree is gorgeous. That's part of your living room space. So count your windows in as part of your design. This was a white lampshade that I didn't think went with the room, so I got some material and I sewed that piece of material onto the lampshade and put some lace on the bottom, and I love it, sort of country style. Some fall things in the basket, along with some of the plates, real plants, faux plants, pumpkins. Some of the decorations hide my Wi-Fi things. The laundry room, I took the doors off. Maybe you didn't want to look at it because there's a lot of clutter, but I go in there so much that I took the doors off. I put my dad's dresser, which I could not fit in the house, and I repurposed it, and now I can put food in there. So you can't see this side mostly anyways, but this has, I try to keep it tidy because you can see it from the kitchen. That's where we sit and eat anyways, in that dinette. And this is where I keep all the spices, extra bowls. I keep tools. I try to keep it neat so all the spices are on one drawer. This is all the baking goods, oils, canned goods, all in their own spaces, so I can find them pretty easy. you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you in some ways. I hope it gave you ideas to change your thoughts about the inside and how we want to bring some of those outside elements in and the inside out. I just want to encourage you to keep moving, keep gardening, and stay creative. I'll see you next time.